It's 6:01 by my clock, so we're gonna get started here. Making sesame skillet chicken, which is super delicious and super easy and doesn't actually take that long. So get started. Number one, preheat your oven to 400 degrees. Number two, you want something that can go directly into the oven because you're going to cook it in this pan and then you're going to put it in the oven. So if it is not an oven safe pan, you're going to ruin it. So I'm using this cast iron thing because it's all cast iron, but anything that's fully metal and can go into the oven, that's what you want right here. I'm going to turn it onto medium high heat.
Can I use that all-clad thing you gave me, Sarah?
Yes, that all-clad thing is fine. Thank you for asking. Yes, you can use it. And he's going back to being muted. All right. So I've already chunked up my chicken. It was frozen, which is why it's in this thing. And I'm going to put it in a bowl with some flour, salt, and pepper. You want a half teaspoon of salt and a half teaspoon of pepper, but I'm just going to eyeball it. And you're going to do 3 tablespoons of all-purpose flour. You're going to mix that around there. Cool. And then you're going to take your chicken, your chubs, your chicken chubs as we call them in this house. These might be a little big, but they'll be fine. You're just going to dredge them. You're going to, I'm probably, oops, this is all still kind of frozen, so I'm going to pick it apart. And then we're going to just make sure they get covered in flour because that's how they get delicious. Your hands are going to get covered in chicken. That's less delicious. But hey, whatever. It's cool. Just don't get the chicken goo on your husband's laptop that he uses to do people's taxes. I mean, most people's taxes are done, so it's fine. Not our taxes, but everyone else's are done. And then important step, wash your ding-dang hands because they're covered with chicken goo. And that is gross. All right, cool. So we're just gonna leave that chicken there for a second. In another container of some kind, you are going to whisk together. You can use, I made the chicken stock with the better than bouillon. This is my half cup of my better than bouillon chicken stock. We need brown sugar, sesame oil, garlic, soy sauce, and vinegar. So let's mince some garlic. Sugar. Let's have something fall on us when we open our drawers. You got it, dude. Okay. I'm gonna mince some garlic. It says 2 cloves, but there's cool. This is a very big clove because all they have is elephant garlic. So I'll just use one of these. But you're gonna mince it up. Or if you have pre-minced garlic, you can use that too. That's fine. Whatever works for you. Get out of here. All right. I'm gonna more or less mince it. It'll be whatever it is fine. Sorry if this is really loud in the computer. The computer. The computer. The computer. I don't even know. So I guess quarantine's really starting to get to me because I've also been engaging in very long conversations with my sourdough starter. You know, I don't know that that makes it go any better, but you know, you got to do what you got to do, which for me is talk to the sourdough starter. So I've been trying to encourage James to talk to the sourdough starter, but he doesn't want to. He feels too put on the spot. So, all right, I'm gonna throw my very roughly minced chopped garlic in there. I am going to put in some brown sugar, a tablespoon of brown sugar. This is what's got all sugary and good in your oven. Shockingly, I haven't been drinking since before now. I just get really crazy and weird when I'm home by myself all day. You want a tablespoon of sesame oil, which is actually a really wonderful thing to have around your kitchen. You never know when you might need it, so definitely recommend that. We need a tablespoon of soy sauce and a tablespoon of vinegar. Soy sauce, 1 tablespoon, and just regular, run-of-the-mill white vinegar. If you're anything like me and you use it for a bunch of different stuff, you've got like a gallon of it, so here's hoping you don't pour it everywhere. It's always a distinct possibility. Put that in there. All right, now that's your sauce. I'm gonna give that a good stir. That's always important. Mix it up. Get it all good. Make sure everything's dissolved. Perfecto. Sauce. All right. And this thing here, your pan, which is probably kind of hot right now, we are going to put together olive oil and a tablespoon of, what the hell was it? The sesame oil. So you're just going to dump both those in there. Your pan should be pretty hot, which mine is. I'm going to take it off the heat for a minute because I don't need it to be spitting at me, as fun as that is. And we're going to dump this tablespoon of this in there. Very good. Neat. Now, in this little bowl here, you've got your chicken. You're just going to kind of stretch it around. You can use your hand. You can use a fork. You can do whatever you want. I'm just using my hands because that's what I have here. So, you know, coat your chicken nicey in flour. And you just put it in there. And we're going to sear it because it's going to cook in the oven. So it doesn't need to be cooked all the way through, but you do want it to be nice and golden brown. And your oven, your house probably smells like sesame oil. So that's fine. This has 2 pounds of chicken. I usually use 1, and it's fine. As for vegetables, I started this with, I was thinking of doing asparagus, but then that seemed like a lot of work, so I'm not gonna do that. Green beans, broccoli, I don't know, whatever you'd eat sesame chicken with. Perfect, great. And, you know, if you need more flour, put more flour in. You got enough, just, you know, don't save it. Dump out the flour. Make sure you get it all coated nicely. You're not going to really move this a lot. You're just going to, like I said, sear it, and that's that. You want this to be in one layer. You don't want any of these pieces to be kind of like sitting on each other. Because like I said, we're searing it, and it's getting good. Wow, this is like a musical episode. Normally, if I was at home cooking, I would have a lot of music on, but YouTube gets all pissed about that, and they'll be like, "You don't have licensing for that music." So that's why you have to listen to me sing. Sorry, everybody. Let me get in there. All right, cool. Now I'm gonna wash my dirty chicken hands again. The recipe does involve a lot of hand washing. That's fine. So, you know, keep your eye on those. Make sure they don't burn, but do sear. Very specific things you gotta do here. This is a great weeknight recipe because of that reason. Because you really can just throw it together in the oven. You are good to go. Ooh! I don't know if you can hear it. It's sizzling away. Turn my heat down just like a smidgen. So, other things with this, you can serve it with brown rice, serve it with white rice. We're going to serve it with jasmine rice, because that's what I have. But any kind of rice would do. You could serve it with, I don't know, cauliflower rice if you want to be a good human. I sure won't be doing that, but I've heard other people do it. So, once you think your chicken's looking seared, you're just gonna kind of flip it. You want it to be golden, brownish, which you can take a look at it, and if it's not golden brown, then just put it back the way you found it. But, you know, you want it to be nice, crispy crisp, and ready for the oven, because you're going to cook it in the oven for about 20 minutes. So that'll cook actual chicken. Now, as Tessa told me once, you can't overcook chicken. I don't know if that's true, but Tessa's a chef, and she said you can't. So we're going to go with that. I mean, I'm sure everybody can overcook things. I've for sure done it. I mean, I've also cooked chicken for like what seems like hours, and it hasn't friggin' cooked. So whatever. Yeah. So once this chicken is done cooking, which it's not, you're just gonna dump the sauce in it. You're gonna put it in your oven, and that's it. So because of the delicious sugar that's in here, it's really gonna get all nice and sticky and good. I looked around. I didn't have sesame seeds, but to be honest, it doesn't. I think it's more of an aesthetic thing. I probably did have sesame seeds at one point. I don't know when. I can tell you I've made this recipe a lot of times and never put sesame seeds on it. And I haven't gone to hell yet. Today could be the day. Anything could happen. It is a Tuesday. So magic could be happening. Who knows? And next week, guys, really important is Cinco de Mayo on a Taco Tuesday, which I know, like, who gives a shit, but we gotta have something. So, God bless this man I married. Went out and bought some tequila a week early, so next week we can have some, I don't know, palomas, margaritas, I don't know, some make some tacos, or thinking maybe taco roll-ups, which is a Pam Nussel favorite, the taco roll-up. It's very simple and easy to make, and also gives us leftovers, which is an ideal situation for people who are just like overcooking or just want something easy to do. Make yourself some taco roll-ups. All right. So when your chicken's looking pretty brown, which mine is almost there, I'm just gonna like flip a couple of these little pieces. We are going to dump. We're gonna flick this thing everywhere. It's gonna be great. We are going to put our sauce right on there. You're gonna stir it up so it coats all your chicken. You're gonna put the chicken in the oven. You're gonna let it bake for how long? 20 minutes, which is plenty of time for you to get your rice going. I don't know. Do I need to explain how to make rice? I'll explain how to make rice. Maybe people don't know how to make rice. I don't know. People are weird. Here's what we do. Jasmine rice, you want to do twice the amount of water as rice. So we're going to need 3/4 of a cup of rice, which is going to give us plenty of extra rice. And I'm putting 1.5 cups of water in there, and I'm turning it on high. My chicken looks like it's ready for the sauce, so I'm going to dump the sauce in there. Turn off your heat. An important step, you're going to just kind of like coat the chicken with the sauce. It's going to look gross, and that's all right, because, well, right now, it's not much of anything. Make sure the chicken gets coated in this nice sauce. Delicious, yummy, good. Then, goes right in the oven, which you preheated. And hopefully your handle isn't too hot. This one's actually fine, but, check that out before you just grab it like a lunatic. Set your timer for 20 minutes. All right. Pro tip on rice, which, why not? Put a little salt in there. It makes your rice so much better. We like jasmine rice in our house. I was finally finally able to buy rice since there was like a run on rice for the entire universe. But finally went to Aldi's last week. I bought some rice, which was really exciting. But here's what I really wanted to talk about. This is my sourdough starter. I am so proud of this. So this was where I fed it this morning after I mixed it. This is, down here is how much it's grown today. This is Jessica, which is Jessica with a lisp. Jessica. So it's bubbly, which I can't really show you, but I assure you it is. It's very bubbly. It's pretty sticky. It's got some water on the bottom, which I guess is fine. But I feed Jessica every day and cover him up, keep him safe from the gerb in the universe. And this is my new science fair project pet thing. You know, sourdough starter. Doesn't everyone have a science fair project pet? No, just me? Okay. So one day we can do fun with sourdough. Crackers we can make, pretzels, pizza, bread, obviously. If anyone wants some sourdough starter, I mean, not that I can get it to most of you, but if anyone is interested, once I have some discard, I can definitely get some to you, potentially, and you can then feed your sourdough starter to have this. It's just a half a cup of water and a half a cup of flour every day, and then you get this glorious mass of goo. But you keep feeding it and discarding it and feeding it and discarding it. It can live in the refrigerator, and apparently you can just, like, some people have sourdough starters for like years and years and years. They're passed on from like their grandmother, which is kind of crazy when you think about it, because, you know, your sourdough starter could outlive people. But it is possible to do that. My water's almost boiling for my rice, which is cool. We haven't had rice in a really long time because we were saving it because, you know, there was no rice anywhere. Now that there is rice, we're just gonna get crazy with it. So the water's boiling. I'm gonna put in my rice, which is gonna be 3/4 of a cup. Cool. Gonna give it a stir. Gonna turn the heat down. And then that's gonna be my rice, which should be done about when this is done. A couple minutes before. It's all right because it can sit and wait. And that's what's going on with this. Like I said, this is a really quick meal, which is one of the reasons why I like it as a weeknight meal. It doesn't take too long to make. You can get it going and then literally just walk away. And now it's in the oven. It's ready to go. My job here is done. So yeah, that was Sesame Chicken. That was easy, right? All right. I'm gonna turn off my recording so we can just chit chat like cool friends that chit chat. So next week, Taco Tuesday, Cinco de Mayo, margaritas, palomas, whatever. But let me know what other suggestions you have. And like and subscribe below. No, I'm kidding. No, but do it. Okay. Thanks, everybody.